Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to episode 62 of Wrestling with Brent. As usual, I'm going over the wrestling news and wrestling reviews. It's going to be a short video, not a whole lot to talk about. Go on this last week. Um, because there wasn't a lot of shows on really. Ones that I watch. Wasn't a lot of things going on. Uh, but yes, AEW Dynamite was good Wednesday night. Um, CM Punk made his first AEW Dynamite appearance. Yep. In it, he dropped a little Easter egg saying you're going to have to wait longer, a little bit longer on Daniel Bryan. And it was reported, I think, yesterday or the other day by wrestling websites that Daniel Bryan has been, he's going to appear at All Out this weekend coming up. Uh, they said, from what I've read, what happened was they're having more court cases and stuff and restrictions in New York. So they changed the idea of him debuting at the New York show to just go ahead and sending him up early and bringing him in at All Out. Um, so that's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see that. Yep. So let's hope the reports are accurate. Um, Also, during CM Punk's promo on AEW Dynamite Wednesday night, I kept noticing his sneakers he had several different initials on it. One was BW, which I think stands for Bray Wyatt. Another one was AC, which I think is Adam Cole. Uh, Another one was DB, which I think stands for Daniel Bryan. Uh, so that's very interesting. Um, It was also reported, over the weekend that Adam Cole is expected to sign with AEW. Uh, Still a rumor at this point. We don't know for sure. His contract ran out over the weekend, so that's huge. Uh, you know, um, he could technically debut Wednesday night on Dynamite or Friday night on Rampage, or he could show up at the men's Casino Battle Royal All Out. Not the Casino Battle Royal, but whatever it's called, the big Rumble at All Out, the men's Rumble. Um, yep, so that could happen. Also, Ruby Soho is predicted to debut during the women's ladder match at All Out, so that should be good. Always liked her, aka former Ruby Riot. Uh, She'll be a big get for the women's division. Also, Kiera Hogan's been working a lot on the dark shows recently. Hoping I don't think they're going to sign her too. I wouldn't be surprised. I have a feeling Lana is going to debut. CJ Perry, Miro's wife, is going to debut in AEW Sunday during the women's ladder match. Just my opinion. Um, so we'll have to see. Uh, Also, I got a little bit of news on Dark. It was reported a few days ago that Tony Khan went on somewhere and said Dark is after All Out, they're going to make changes to it. And it's basically going to be turned into instead of them doing the live dark matches before the shows and filming it and put it on YouTube, they're going to turn it into a studio show, sort of like studio wrestling, like a NWA type of atmosphere. So I think that could be cool. That could be something different. Yep. So there's that. Now, like I said, I thought this AEW show Wednesday night was good. I liked it. It was nothing great, nothing special as far as storyline goes. Nothing that said you go wow. But I mean, AEW's been so good here lately, just so jaw dropping. Like, oh my god, oh my god. It's good to have a show like this that's kind of just toned down and wasn't really a lot of promos or talking, just mostly straightforward wrestling. Just straight matches, and you gotta have those shows sometimes. I like that style myself personally. Um, and I thought the wrestling on this show delivered. I thought the matches were good. I actually liked all the matches, even the women's match. Even though Red Velvet had a really bad botch where she missed a backflip, put it land on her face. That was embarrassing, but I like her. She's beautiful, and I think she's a good wrestler. She's really improved over her time in AEW. She just had a bad botch. Hopefully that won't happen next time. But even though she had a really bad botch, it was still a good match. Um, Yep, so let's get into it. Also, too, if I'm gonna go into this show, and if I had to give the show a rating, I would give it a 6.5 out of 10. But this was a good show. I liked it. The first match was Orange Cassidy against Matt Hardy. I liked the beginning of the match. I thought this was ended up being a really fun match. A good match. Orange Cassidy competitive. Orange Cassidy started putting his hands in his pockets. Orange did the half kicks. Hardy shouts delete and did the delete symbol, delete, delete, delete. Uh, I thought that was funny. Yeah, this was a fun match. Towards the middle of the match, Orange Cassidy went and I think did I believe it was a cross body, um, off the top rope, and I actually landed on Hardy on the way, and it broke Hardy's nose. Uh, I thought it was him, but it was his nose. Um, So Matt Hardy's nose just started pouring blood. I mean, he was bleeding everywhere, and I think I made the match better. That's what Joe Cronin said on his review of this match, and I agree with him. I agree with Joe Cronin. Shout out to Joe Cronin. What's up, man? But yeah, I thought that little bit of the blood made the match better. A lot of blood, I should say. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. Uh, Towards the end of the match, Hardy ducked under the orange punch. Hardy went for a submission move to Leech. Cassidy got a roll up with his hands in his pockets. It was a really cool roll up, and he got the free count. So he outsmarted Matt Hardy basically. Orange Cassidy got the win. Next, we get a promo from Malachi Black. It was good. I like it. Uh, Commercial break. Out comes Chris Jericho. Crowd sings along. Jericho cut a promo. Uh, MJF come out. MJF said we're going to have a final match at All Out. What the stipulation is, if you lose, you have to quit wrestling. And AW quit wrestling, maybe you have to retire. And then basically he'd move to commentary. I have a feeling MJF is going to beat Jericho. This could be Jericho's final match. But like I said, Jericho's 0-2 or 0-3 in this rivalry so far. Jericho could get a win, um, you know, and could get a win and just kind of go to commentary and just not mention it. And then, let it drag on for a couple of months, let it simmer. Then all of a sudden, Jericho could um, come out of nowhere, a couple months down the line, attack MJF, cost him maybe a title match or something like in a really big match, cost MJF a big win. That start to continue the whole feud back up, pick it back up. Jericho could get a couple more wins on MJF under his belt. We could go to a tie. And then MJF could get the last win, Jericho officially retire then. They could stretch it out, a few more months, maybe 1 or 2. I'm not really sure if they will. I really don't know. I was pretty convinced that the way it was set up. MJF was going to beat Jericho and Jericho's going to retire, but uh, I just have a feeling they could stretch it out a little bit more if they wanted to. I guess it's going to depend more really up on what Jericho wants to do. Uh, this was a good promo by Jericho. Good back and forth between Jericho and MJF. I'm excited for the match. Um, I thought MJF was just really good on the mic, really good in promos, really good at back and forth, and just he made some cracks and had the funny shirt on. MJF 3, Jericho 0. I thought that was funny. Uh, and he made a joke about his tits getting sore, milking the feud. So I just thought that was cool. Um, I do not agree with Jim Cornette's co-host Brian Last saying this has been the worst booked feud in all of wrestling or in wrestling history. That Jericho's a bum and washed up and all that stuff. It was just a complete waste of time feud. I think Brian Last is wrong. Brian Last is, in my opinion, an idiot. I like Cornette. I don't like Brian Last. I wish he'd quit talking so much on Cornette's shows. I think. Um, as far as I'm concerned, Brian Last, he's the last person I want to hear his opinions on wrestling. His advice on wrestling. Just my opinion. Sorry, Brian. I don't know you, but your wrestling takes are just kind of. Uh, so there's that. Uh, but anyway, I like this whole exchange with Jericho and Jeff. It was good. I liked it. Excited for that match and all out. Uh, Next, Varsity Blondes cut a promo backstage. To set up that match with against the Young Bucks and all out. Um, Lucha Bros make their entrance. Uh, Jurassic Express is sitting in the front row as the camera shows them. It's a World Tag Team Championship Eliminator Tournament match semifinal. Varsity Blondes with Julia Hart versus Lucha Brothers. With Alex Hardys at ringside. This was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Good to see Lucha Brothers back together, having a match together. Lucha Bros hit double super kicks to Brian Pillman. Lucha Bros hit an assisted power driver 1, 2, 3. And I loved the finishing move. The assisted power driver, package power driver looked awesome. Lucha Bros got the win. They're my favorite tag team in wrestling. Briscoes probably had to be second. But just a very good match, very fun match. I love Red Rings. I love Penta. I like the Varsity Blondes. I like Julia Hart. Just a really fun match. I really enjoyed it. Um, After the match, so Lucha Bros got the win. After the match, Jurassic Express got in the ring. They faced off with Lucha Bros in the ring. The Bucks walked down the ringside, pushed Jurassic Express from behind. Lucha Bros and Jurassic Express worked together to take out the Young Bucks, super kicking on the Bucks, and the suicide dive on the Super Elite. So this was a cool little segment afterwards, after a really fun match. So awesome. Next, we get a video package for Pac and Andrade El Idolo. It was good. Uh, Next, Jamie Hayter makes an entrance, accompanied by Britt Baker. Um, Britt Baker got a big reaction from the crowd. Red Velvet made her entrance next. Um, she didn't get much of a reaction. But like I said, this was a good match. Jamie Hayter looked like a beast. Red Velvet did a good job except for that big bad bot she had. Uh, but it basically ended with Red Velvet got double knees in the ropes. Velvet knocked Britt Baker off the apron. Velvet missed it. Like I said, she missed a standing moonsault landing on the face. Hayter hit a back breaker and a huge clothesline and got the victory. And her clothesline looked really devastating, so that looked good. Anyway, I thought it was a good women's match, one of the better women's runs they've had in AEW, and especially on Dynamite. Good match. I enjoyed it. Jamie Hayter got the win. After that, Baker and Hayter break down on Velvet. Chris Statlander run down and made the save. Statlander faces off with Baker. Baker escapes before Statlander can do anything. Baker and Statlander's going to have a match for the title and all out. So I thought this was a good match. I liked it. I liked the little segment, the little beatdown afterwards. I'm a big fan of all these women, and I'm a big fan of Chris Statlander. So that's going to be a really good match and all out. I'm looking forward to it. Next, the Dark Order backstage. Eva Uno said they're a unit. And it's just lead the storyline's been going on with Dark Order. Having a divide, a rift in the Dark Order. Um, Maybe this eventually could bring Bray Wyatt in, and have him be the leader of the Dark Order. Or this could be leading eventually to the breakup of the Dark Order. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I liked the segment. It was good. Commercial break. Uh, Next, CM Punk comes out, cuts a promo. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I was talking, about all the different notes he had on the shoes, and he made a little reference to Daniel Bryan, talking about fans are going to have to wait at somebody else's stick when they was chanting, yes, yes. So I thought that was a little interesting. Uh, I thought it was cool at the end. Punk didn't really say much, he just kind of rambled a little bit. And then he said, shout out to his wife, formerly AJ Lee, April Mendez now. He like how he shouted her out, said that was cool. People are hoping she ends up in AEW too. We'll have to see, but yep. I like how the promo Punk said he retired the voice of the voices because he said that place already has a voice. Yep. So that was cool. Good little promo by Punk, nothing special, but it was all right. Next, we get a video package. Mimo is backstage, cut a promo. Said there's an original sinner. He said, Eddie, I will find you. I will hold you under the river. His wife will love him because he's a champion, so he made a reference to Lana. CJ Perry, his wife, Miro did. So, good little promo by Miro. I liked it. Commercial break. Miro continues to kill on promos, in my opinion. Darby Allin makes his entrance. For the trios match. John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Darby Allin versus the Wingman, Cesar Bononi, Ryan in for JD Drake. I thought this was a good match. I love Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Darby Allin. I like the Wingmen. I like Ryan Nemeth. I like Jenny Drake. I like Benoni. I thought this was a good match. I thought it was entertaining. Um, Basically ended up with Darby finally hitting the coffin drop and getting the victory. So Darby Allin, John Moxley, and Eddie Kingston got the win. After the match, Daniel Garcia 2.0 attacks Darby Allin after the match. He runs away when Moxley and Kingston got in the ring. So there's that. Next we get a promo from Tay Conti. That was Marvez. So that's good. I like that. Tay Conti announced, that she'll be in the Casino Battle Royal match. Uh, Bunny walked in. They had a little segment. It was good. Um, Kenny Omega and the Super Elite made their entrance. The Bunny also tried to eventually take content to leave with, the Dark Order and join her Hardy family office. Um, Matt Hardy's stable that she's in. So there's that. I don't know if Take Conti will do that or not, but we'll see. Maybe Dark Order splits up and Take Conti joins, HFO eventually, the Hardy family office. But we'll see. It also led into a brawl, between all of them. Kenny Omega and Super Elite made their entrance. Tony Schiavone interviews Omega. It was a good interview. Commercial break. Video package for FTR. That was good. I liked their promo. I thought it was good. Don Callis then in the ring and says him and Kenny said they'll take down Christian Cage. Christian Cage comes out. Don Callis did a really good promo on Christian Cage. Same basically said you're second best. You've never been first. You always been second fiddle to everybody. You're good, but you've never been great. That made Christian angry. He punched Callis or punched Omega. I think he went after Callis, and then so they all beat down Christian Cage. Omega and the Elite beat down Christian. Fred Kazarian runs out to make the save for lead pipe. The Elite scatter. Uh, so that was cool. Good promo. Don Callis killed it on the mic. He's just so great, man. He's just great on TV. Don Callis is awesome. I love that guy. Uh, Next, Moxley's backstage said he got a contract from Tokyo. Says we know who it was at Tanahashi. Kojima Satoshi has signed the contract. This crazy old man wants to step in the ring with him. Moxley says at All Out there will be a public execution. So there you have it. Supposedly we're getting Kojima versus Tanahashi at All Out. I think this could be a swerve, but I think eventually Tanahashi could show up. But we'll have to see. Um, Yep. So good promo by Moxley. The next Gun Club make their entrance. Paul White's on commentary. QT Marshall and the Factory is already in the ring. Um, Trios match. The Factory, QT Marshall, Nick Comoroto, and Aaron Solo against the Gun Club, Austin, Billy, and Colton Gunn. This was a good trios match. I liked it. Uh, Paul White eventually distracted UT, and it led to Colton Gunn getting the roll up, surprising QT and getting the victory. And I liked QT's reaction as when his eyes popping out his head, being so shocked and surprised, and Big Show just smiling. Thought that was funny. This was a good trios match. I liked it. I liked how Paul White interfered in the match. Eventually, just adds a little bit more to the rivalry of to fuel the matchup for the QT and Big Show match. A lot of people online said they wasn't happy about the QT match. They're ripping Big Show, ripping QT, saying QT's not a very good wrestler. I disagree. I think QT's a good wrestler. I think what he's done in AEW has been really good. His storylines and all. I think he's a good heel. He's good on the mic. I think he's good in the ring. I'm excited to see Paul White wrestle for AEW. I still think he's got some in the tank. I don't think he's washed up anything like that. I've always been a Paul White Big Show fan, giant fan. Uh, as big as he is, he's never made a mistake in the ring as far as his movement goes. He can move to be as big as he is. He's a very good athlete. So I think it should be a good match. Um, I'm in the minority on that, but I think it should be good. I'm looking forward to it. So, yep. Like I said, the Gun Club got the win over the Factory. Uh, Next, we get a promo backstage from Dan Lambert in the middle of the year. Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Dan Lambert cut a really good promo. It was hilarious. Dan Lambert's so great on the mic and good in promos. He's awesome. Dan Lambert's such a jerk. It's funny. Dan Lambert's awesome, as well as being a good MMA trainer. Yep, in the American Top Team. Yep, um, in Florida. So. Uh, so good poem by Dan Lambert. I really liked it. Uh, Now Arn Anderson's interviewed backstage says Brock is over his head, in over his head. He said Brock will have to pull everything he can out of his heart. If he can't, he will go down. He'll go down with Brock either way. Go down for Son either way is what Double A said. The lights go out. Malachi Black made his entrance. A really cool entrance as always. Malachi Black is awesome. Love his entrance. Brock Anderson made his entrance. Malachi Black continued. Uh, you know, eventually, the match started. Malachi Black uh, went ahead and beat the crap out of Brock Anderson. And the final end was he hit the Black Messiah kick, the Black Mass kick, and Black made a cover on Brock Anderson 1, 2, 3, and he got all the kicking like it for just knocked Brock Anderson out. I mean, he cleansed the clock. It looked awesome. Uh, so after the got the 1, 2, 3, Malachi Black. Got a steel chair on, faces Black down. Black throws the chair away. Arn Anderson blocks the Black Mass. Black hits a low blow on Arn and then hits the Black Mass on Arn Anderson. So I thought that was cool of Arn Anderson to take a bump. Um, Lee Johnson runs out to face down with Black. Black left the ring and Dynamite went off with Black shouting at Lee Johnson. So that's how Dynamite ended. Like I said, this was a good show. Somebody from JD from NY 206 YouTube his show. He his co-host, his partner Jesse McGee, Chi-Town Smoke on Twitter, made the comment he thought this was a good show. He thought they sometimes he said he needed a good calm down show. Just straight wrestling, not a lot of promos and a lot going on, just more straight wrestling, in his opinion. And I agree with him. I thought this show was needed. I thought it was a good show. I really enjoyed the wrestling. I thought the wrestling was really good. So I liked the show. I thought it was good. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. So looking really looking forward to AEW All Out this weekend. I'm super excited. I can't wait. Uh, yeah. Now, on to AEW Rampage. I thought this was a good episode. Uh, the first match was Lucha Bros, Penta Azula Miro, and Ray Phoenix with Alexander Hodges versus Jurassic Express, Dragon Ball Luchasaurus. Marco Stunt was out there as well. This was a really fun match. I really enjoyed it. Great match. I was really into it. For some reason, I had a thought Jurassic Express was going to win. Uh, I thought they was going to go on for the title shot it all out, but the Lucha Brothers surprised me and got the win. It was a very good match. They're going to meet with the Young Bucks and all out for the AEW World Title Championship. Should be a really good match. I think the Lucha Brothers are going to win. Eventually, I think Lucha Brothers are going to win, and then I think Jurassic Express is going to get a title shot, and Jurassic Express is going to win the titles eventually, before they eventually split up. Yeah. But this was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. Love both of these teams' matches always. Their chemistry just really good. No matter how many times you see them wrestle each other, they just always have on great matches. Penta is amazing. Ray Phoenix is amazing. Jungle Boy Luchasaurus is amazing. Luchasaurus, every time I see him wrestle in the ring, he just amazes me with the stuff he can do. He's got some moves. He's just super talented. He's a beast. I don't care what anybody says. Uh, Luchasaurus. So really fun match. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, which I love the Lucha Brothers match anyway. I love their style of wrestling. I know a lot of people don't, but I love it. I love the Lucha Libre Mexican style. Uh, so anyway, great match. I loved it. After the match, the Young Bucks tried to test the Lucha Brothers out with some cheap shots, uh, but the champs got shut down quickly. Next, they cut a vignette with CM Punk and Darby Allin. It was very good. I liked it. Uh, Next, Miro has an in-ring segment. He beats the crap out of Figure del Sol and carries him out, beats the crap out of him. Basically calls out Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston comes out. Uh, Him and Miro try to fight in the ring a little bit. Security breaks him up. Miro retreated out of the ring in time before Kingston could get a hold to him again. Yep, so I like this little segment with Miro and Eddie Kingston. It was good. I liked it. Uh, Next, we had the women's match, the Bunny with the Blade versus Ty Conti. I thought this was a good match. I liked it. A lot of people said they don't like the Bunny. They don't like her wrestling. I like her character, the Bunny. I like Allie. I think she's a good wrestler. I think she's really improved since she's been in AEW. In AEW, I think she's a whole lot better in AEW than she was in Impact. I think she's gotten a whole lot better as a wrestler. I've met her before on her Twitch stream, talked to her before on Twitch stream. She's a super nice person, in my opinion. I think she's awesome. She's beautiful and super talented. I'm a fan of Ty Conti. I've always been a fan of hers. I was a fan of hers even when she was in NXT. I always thought she had talent. She just needed to be pushed more and, give more of a chance. And, um, you know, had to improve some more in wrestling too, and she's really done it. She became an AEW. She's one of my favorite women wrestlers. Ty Conti's awesome. Uh, the Bunny's one of my favorite women wrestlers as well. I thought it was a good match. I really enjoyed it. Um, the Bunny got the win. I was surprised. I thought Tay Conti would get the win, but the Bunny got the win. Yep. Uh, so then after the match, it was a good match. After the match, backstage, Kenny Omega called his match tonight a public exercise before his main event with Christian. Uh, on the other side of the fame, Christian Cage promised to make Omega look like a fool tonight and again next Sunday. Uh, yep. So we'll see this led into the main event. Uh, the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega and Brandon Cutler with Don Callis versus Impact World Champion Christian Cage and Frank Kazarian. This was a fun match. I liked it. I thought it was a good match. All these guys always deliver, it seems like. Um, in the end, Christian Cage got the kill switch on Brandon Cutler. Christian Cage and Frank Kazarian got the win. Uh, So Christian Cage and Kazarian beat Cutler and Omega. It was a really fun tag match. I liked it. This was a fun Rampage show. I liked it. Thought it was good. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. A good show. Another good Rampage show. Another good AEW show. AEW has never had a bad show since their inception, in my opinion. AEW had on another good show. So AEW 6.5. AEW Rampage 6.5 out of 10. Another good week of wrestling by AEW. So yep. So good episode. Uh, also, um, I did watch Ring of Honor Saturday. I thought it was good. They continued up more women's matches in the women's tournament. Trish Adora versus Allison Kay. They had a good match. Trish Adora beat Allison Kay for her tournament clothesline. Yep, so I thought it was a good Ring of Honor episode. Nothing special, but it was good. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. It was a good show. So Ring of Honor put on another good show. I can't wait for their next pay-per-view. I believe it's Death by Dishonor is what it's called, I believe. Maybe. Uh, that's coming up very soon, so that should be good. I tried to watch a little bit of the NWA pay-per-views. I kept having trouble with the streams. Uh, but I basically just lost interest pretty much. By the time I got it going, I just kind of lost interest. Uh, I did see the Mickey James Kylie Ray match on the anniversary pay-per-view Sunday night by NWA, and I thought that was a good match. Mickey James still got it. She looked beautiful. I like Kylie Ray as well. Um, but Mickey James still got it. She looked beautiful. Hardcore Country still alive. Mickey James had a good match. I thought they had a good match. Mickey James looked good. It's a good match. I like that. I saw the Ric Flair promo. I loved the promo. He thought basically come out thanking Vince McMahon, thank Turner. It was a good promo. I liked it. Love Ric Flair. Ric Flair's just awesome. Uh, long live the Nature Boy. Long live Nate. Ric Flair. Yep. So there's that. Also, I want to say I don't know if you can see it here in this video or not, but I'm wearing my new wrestling shirt, my latest wrestling shirt I got recently. I got my Nick Gage shirt finally, MDK All Day shirt with the bone white on it. So I'm MDK all freaking day. Shout out to the King, shout out to Nick Gage. You're the man. Nick Gage is awesome. So for me, it's MDK all day. Uh, that's all for this review, people. I hope you liked it. I hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. Happy wrestling. See ya. Bye.